Okay then, a few weeks ago I posted a video by request of how I make my on-bike recordings. In that video I did happen to mention that if anyone was interested, I might try and put together a video explaining how I edit my videos, and strangely enough somebody asked me to do one. So this is my attempt at explaining how I edit my videos. As you can probably see, I'm using some screen capture software, and so you should be able to see iMovie that is on my Apple computer. And basically I've selected some clips, pre-recorded clips from all the clips that I've taken fairly recently over the summertime, and I'm going to use these couple of clips just here in a film that I posted called A Short Run 1. So without any further messing about, I'll try and show you how I do it. So basically I'm going to take this one clip here, which is a drift clip because it's 14.4 minutes long. The drift camera records in 14.4 minute segments. I'm going to click on that little plus sign there, and that drops that video clip down here, and this is the area where you actually construct your movie. Now, as I've explained before, I overlay the soundtrack from the GoPro, which is mounted on the headlight on the bike and is recording the exhaust note, and I overlay that over the drift footage and drift audio, and I'll just try and show you how I do that. So this is a section of GoPro footage, as you can see up in the top right hand corner. You can see the front mudguard there. So I'm now going to add that clip, and that pops that down here. The two are together. So now I'm going to highlight the GoPro clip. I'm going to drag it and overlay it on top of the drift clip. And then while that's still highlighted, I'm going to move the cursor up. Oh, it's unhighlighted itself. Highlight, move the cursor up to, I don't know what's happening. There we are. Up to here where it says video overlay settings. Click here where it says cutaway, and I'm going to go for split screen. And then at the side here it says position. Click on that little arrow there. I can select left, right, top or bottom. I'm going to stick with left. And as you can see, I've got the two images side by side with the GoPro footage on the left. Now if I move back down to the bottom left hand corner to where my video is, or my film that I'm making, I'll click just there right at the very beginning, and then move over to the right hand side just here where it says settings, and move this slider along. That drags the video clips out to frame by frame. I think these are about half-second frames. So move the cursor back over to the far left hand side at the beginning of the clips, move it along, and if you look at the top right hand screen you can see now that the images are running together. But as you'll see in a moment, they're not synchronized. On the GoPro I am just passing a couple of bollards, and I haven't even reached them yet. On the drift I've just passed a couple of bollards, but on the GoPro I haven't even reached them yet. I'm just reaching them now. So that would indicate that I started recording with the GoPro sooner than I started recording with the drift, because both cameras are running at the same frame rate, so they should stay synchronized when I get them sorted. So basically what I'm going to do, what I tend to do is, and this is an ideal subject, these bollards. So there's the first bollard, on the GoPro image, and I'm going to click at that point on the GoPro footage, and just here it tells me that that's 9 seconds into the film. Now I need to find that dead same image on the right hand side on the drift camera footage, and there we are, we're about at the same position. So I'm going to click there, and that says up here that I'm 5 seconds into the film. So I reached the bollards here on this bottom clip at 5 seconds, but I don't reach it on the top clip until I'm at 9 seconds. So there's a 4 second discrepancy. They're out of sync by 4 seconds. So I need to shorten the GoPro clip by 4 seconds. So if I click, let's say at this point here on the GoPro clip, that says just here, look, 2 seconds. Move along again, 3 seconds. Move along another frame, 4 seconds. So roughly about this point I need to do a cut. To do it gradually, because you can sometimes get right out with this. So I'm going to cut it at 3 seconds there. So the GoPro clip is highlighted because it's got the yellow band around it. Now if I move the cursor up to the top toolbar, and I'm going to click on modify, or I will if it, here we go, modify, and click here where it says split clip, and that has split the clip and highlighted the first section. Now the first section is the section I don't want, so I'm now going to move up here to where it says mark, and I'm going to click delete and get rid of that. And then I'm going to drag GoPro clip right to the very beginning, and now if I move my cursor along the film here, hopefully at some point, right on the drift was just still slightly out, so I'm getting there earlier on the drift camera than I am on the GoPro, so I still need to shave a bit off the GoPro clip. So I'm not going to go mad, I'm going to do it in half-second intervals. So again I click on modify, split clip, and I delete the first clip, first section, mark, delete. Push the film along to the beginning again and have another look. So here we are coming along, and we've got there slightly before, and it is slight, so I need to try and get a little bit closer. So what I can do now, if I go back up to edit, I can click here on undo move. I click on edit again and say undo delete. That puts the film, that frame back in. If I click on edit again and put undo split, we're back to square one. So now I want to try, let's have another quick look. I'm arriving at the first bollard slightly before on the GoPro clip than on the on the drift clip than I am on the GoPro clip. So I still need a little bit of shaving off this GoPro clip. So I'm going to see if I can do half a frame. So I've clicked there. I'm going to put modify, split clip, mark, delete, and hunch it along just that little bit. Excuse me. So here we are. I'm just going past the bollard with the GoPro clip. It's just gone out of sight. It's just still still in sight on the drift clip. Now that's as near as I'm going to get it, and it's not too bad because obviously the GoPro camera is mounted further forward than the drift because it's under the front headlight, whereas the drift camera is actually stuck to the side of my helmet, so it is going to be slightly in front, and that's as close as I'm going to get, that I'm sure. So the only other thing to do now with this clip is to do away with this horrible bit at the beginning of the drift image. So I want to pick it up somewhere, probably about that point. So what I shall do is I shall split the GoPro clip first, because if you don't, if I split the bottom clip and delete that front section, I'll lose the whole GoPro clip as well, because it's attached to it, it'll go with it. So I need to split the GoPro clip first. So modify, when it's highlighted, come on, that's it highlighted. Modify, split clip. Then if I say mark and delete, so that's got rid of that section. I'm now going to split the drift clip, the bottom clip, highlighted it, modify, split clip, and delete the first bit. Mark, delete. So now I've got that image just there. Both images reasonably aligned. Now at this point just here on the bottom clip, I believe there must be some, I must be saying something, there must be some dialogue judging by the audio response, so I'm just going to play that section. Oh, I'm about a week away, I've been down Norfolk, yeah. I am actually talking some rubbish there, but you can barely hear it. So I need to do something to make that clearer. So while it's highlighted, I will move up to here, this little where it says volume, top right hand corner again. Click on volume, and I'm going to move that up. I'm going to move that up to 200%. And now let's see if that's any better. Click down here and play. Oh, I've had a week away. I've been down Norfolk. And that's better. I can actually hear my voice now above the engine noise. So carrying on, we've got the two clips superimposed on top of each other. Oops, should have done that. There we are, synchronised. Now then, I'll squish it all back up so that we've got the two clips there, one on top of the other. Now of course the GoPro clips are shorter than the drift ones, so that can soon be rectified by adding this second clip from the GoPro and sticking it there right at the side of that, and then if I drag that out again, full length somewhere down here, I think there should be a join. Where are we? Gone too far, I think. There we are. There's the join. in order to do it properly, I've got to make that split screen as well. So now you get a seamless join between the two GoPro clips. But of course the GoPro clip is longer than the drift, so I need to trim it. I mean, you can carry on adding clip after clip after clip, ad infinitum really, and it's probably the best way of doing it, to be honest, because you've not got to mess about synchronizing them, because you've already done that at the very beginning. So every additional clip that just carries on, that you add on, you can split it up into reasonable sized chunks and copy and paste them into new projects. But what I'm going to do here at the moment is attempt to, that's it, we'll chop the GoPro. So modify, split clip, and I'm not going to click on delete straight away because I don't want it to delete this bit at the front. I want that bit deleted. So I'm going to highlight that. There we go. And now click mark delete, and that gets rid of that. And then I'll finish that off by putting a transition in. We'll go for a circle close, I think. Put that just there. And then when it plays, it closes off like that. Normally, if I was making a proper film here, I'd have put my intro in at the beginning. And here's something I discovered purely by accident in iPlayer. The very first image or clip that you drop into your movie, whatever resolution that is at, the whole film will be stored and saved at that resolution. So if you dropped a still image in at the very beginning, the very first image you put in, and it was only shot at 720, no matter what resolution your video clips are at, it'll all be saved at 720. So make sure that the very first clip you put in is the best resolution clip that you want. You can move these things around. You can move them in front of each other, drag and drop them wherever you want once you've got them in this movie section. So that's not a problem. You know, if you want to put a low resolution image at the very beginning, just put your best clip in first, then drop your low resolution image in, and then drag it to the front. So the only other thing I've got to do now really with this is sort out the audio, because I don't want it split screen film. I want the helmet cam image with the audio from both cameras. So I've now highlighted that first GoPro clip. If I move back up here to modify, I can now go on here, click detach audio, and that's detached the audio from the film. If I now highlight the GoPro clip again, click mark and delete. And I've got to do that further down because we've got the second clip somewhere along here. There we go. Highlight that again, modify, detach audio, highlight it again, mark, delete. And so that should be full screen.
I'm a week away. I've been down Norfolk, and it's Saturday. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to get much chance next week to get out on the bike. I've got so many things to do.
So that's how I overlay my audio from my GoPro camera over the images on the drift, and I can do it either way. I can detach the audio from the drift and overlay it onto the GoPro images. Sky's the limit. Do what you want, really. Move things about, put them in different orders. As I say, you can do screen in screen if you want. split screen, and then of course you've got up here with transitions, you've got all these bits and pieces for putting in between your clips for merging the two together. I usually find fade to black's a good one, or a cross blur or cross dissolve. And then of course you've got you've got backgrounds, which I never use because they're a bit basic. But then there are the titles which you can put in. So let's say, for instance, I've got this one here, look. The Star Wars titles. If I stick that there at the front and highlight it, I suppose. Is that it highlighted yet? And then I could type in there anything I want. My video editing method. That was not very good because there's not enough words, but basically that's what you finish up with. Yeah, so you can do all kinds of things, as I say. Put still images in, anything you want really. So that's it. That's how I get my on-bike videos and put them together so that I get a reasonable soundtrack. So I'll leave you at that. That's the lot.
Well, I've had a week away. I've been down Norfolk.
I'll see you.